involved in positive things, from the Algebra Project, the Youth Commission, Youth as Resources, Intersection, and the list goes on and on. What we're doing this Thursday, Donnie, we're going to take for free. Lottie Dottie and everybody. We're leaving from City Hall at 9 a.m.
Did he just say Lottie Dottie and everybody?
He
said that, didn't he?
He did say Lottie
I got
Dottie.
that from Larry. Since we're on LLB, I figured I'd steal his line real quick. We're taking charter buses with catered food for Darker Than Blue. We're taking them to D.C., and we're going to visit Dr. King's monument on the day that he was assassinated 45 years ago. And it's, again, free. We're leaving from City Hall at 9 a.m. We'll be back around 3. And then that night at City Hall, the Youth Commission, which is being led by the Youth Commission, is going to give awards to young leaders and youth groups from all around the city in an award ceremony, and then have a VIP networking reception with young leaders to be able to strategize and move this campaign and agenda forward. Because what we want to do, Donnie, is change the conversation. What you see on traditional media about the violence and the drugs and everything else, of course they want to make young people look like savages, but trust and believe that 80% of our young people are doing very positive things in and around the city of Baltimore, and that's what we want to highlight. That's the crux of this campaign, is to let the world know that young leaders are doing positive things. If you want your young people involved in these programs, you can do such. And it's all surrounded around of them saying that I have the dream. I am the dream that Dr. King talked about 50 years ago on the steps of the Washington Monument during the March on Washington. And 50 years later, these young people are doing what Dr. King did. And let's not forget, Dr. King was very young when he was leading the civil rights movement, even when he was assassinated. A lot of people think he was older, and he really was not as old as most people think in their mind. And so what we're doing is just highlighting all these great young leaders and youth programs and what they're doing and moving the city
Let's get the
forward.
particulars. When is this?
This is this Thursday.
What's the name of it?
It's the We Are the Dream campaign. We're doing a field trip during the day. So if you want to go on this trip, which again is free, or go to the event at City Hall that night, you can contact the offices at 443-863-8028. Again, it's 443-863-8028. And our website will be up probably next week. It'll be wearethedream.info, which will give you all the particulars about all the youth programs that you can get in contact with, get your children involved with, or just come out and support, either financially, morally, or physically. Come out and support these young leaders doing great things in the city of Baltimore. Because like you said in the beginning of the hour about the church and Easter Sunday, and I've been reminded of a good brother by the name of Israel Kason used to always remind me that one day of prayer and 6 days to fun, the odds of going to heaven are 6-1. So let's get involved and be active and praise the Lord every day of the week and really support these young leaders and what they're doing. It makes me proud just to be a part of it.
How long have you been doing political incentives, political motivational efforts like this? I mean, you've been pushing people to vote. I can think back to 2006. I really didn't care for you too much then.
I don't think you still do, but
but you were doing some stuff with 92Q and right. Mark Clark, Troy Johnson. They were around Marva. Was it Marva?
Yeah. Well, then Sanjay.
Transition.
To Sanjay.
But you helped lead our people to a sense of voter, to making voting important, and not just voting. Knowing who to vote for, knowing who the crooks are. Why is this of interest to you?
Well, politics is my passion. I was a part back then of what was then the youth movement, the youth empowerment movement, with strong brothers like Faraji Muhammad and Reverend Heber Brown and others. And we were the ones who wrote the bill to have what's now called the Youth Commission, which is the Youth City Council. And it was very important to get people engaged in the political process from the beginning, to register to vote, but to also know who their elected officials are, hold them responsible, go to City Hall, go to Annapolis, introduce bills that would benefit them like they did. We wrote the bill that lowers the age from 21 to 18 to run for city council here in the city of Baltimore, that the voters in 2011 overwhelmingly supported. So now young people can run for office at the age of 18 in the city of Baltimore. Those type of things I think young people love to do and be involved with. And that was, at that time, the Vote Young campaign. And so the Youth Vote campaign turned into the Value My Vote campaign, which we lead every year during election years. 2014 next year will be a very important election year as well in the state of Maryland. So you'll be seeing the Value My Vote stuff with Radio One and other partners all around the state of Maryland, particularly here in the city of Baltimore.